Hello everyone, what is going on and welcome back to our My Player Career Mode. Thanks for tuning in, hopefully you're all doing very well. Apologies for the little break between episodes, but we're back today and we have 5 matches to feast your eyes upon. So sit back, relax and hopefully enjoy. We start with bottom of the league Nuremberg. As you see, picked up 11 points out of their 20 plus games this season. So I thought it would be a routine 3 points, especially being at home. But Nuremberg had other ideas. Inside 20 minutes, a mistake from me, gave away possession cheaply, but Munoz rifled it into the top corner. What a finish. It was so good, in fact, that in normal time, it was too quick for you to actually see. So here's the replay of it. And Vlaco Dimas just kind of stood there and looked on as if to say, yeah, well, I'm not even going to bother trying because there's no chance I'm going to get there. So 1-0 to our opponents, and it very nearly was 2 as they had themselves a free kick, and it would have been a wonder strike if Geis had have been able to provide the finish to put them 2-0 ahead. And if you thought Nuremberg's goal was good, well, take a look at this by Jadon Sancho on the full volley to equalise. 38 minutes on the clock, the cross came in, Haaland kind of wins the header, but I don't think he intentionally heads it down for Sancho. It seems to be a miss header from Haaland, but Sancho takes full advantage of it with a beautiful volley to put us back to 1-1. But a very, very strange first half of football here at the Signal Iduna Park. And there was a little bit of worry there that potentially this was not going to go our way, but with 20 minutes to play, Palacios found Haaland. You eventually see there's just a little bit of calmness, a little bit of composure about our play here. Eventually play the ball back through to the main man. And as you see, he's through one-on-one. He's never going to miss that. And our front two, both on the score sheet, is what you love to see. Sancho and Haaland, both in the goals. 2-1 up at this point. And although it looked like we might end up with a bit of a surprise defeat, Nuremberg just didn't quite have enough. But full credit their goalkeeper, because it really should have been 3, and Haaland should have had a second. After a nice move, got him through again, but this save was a top save. So, full time, 2-1, Dortmund win, 3 points. However they come, very, very happy to get them. And our second and final post-con match of today then is up against Mainz. A little bit more of a different one, this one. They're higher up in the table, sort of mid-table as well, playing a 4-2-2-2. But we did not struggle at all from this. Inside 7 minutes, Hintega starts us off with a header at the near post, a powerful header at that as well. And then from there on, we just went on to control the game even further, as you would expect. And you can see that, yeah, when he's in the air, he's always going to win that. And it actually came, the second goal, from a Mainz attack. As you see there, we break away, able to get Haaland through, and he selflessly, as he is breaking through, takes a heavy touch here. I thought he took it away from goal, but he knew exactly what he was doing as he pulls it back across for Sancho, who, I'll tell you what, that's not easy from Sancho. That is outstanding, because when the ball is fizzed into him like that, yeah, not an easy finish, but he makes it look so simple, doesn't he? And that is the quality that Jadon Sancho possesses. And then before half-time, the job was done with Sancho second. After a brilliant team move, he was able to find the finish. And whilst we had all of the play here, there was a moment in the second half for our opponents to try and find what would have been a consolation goal. You'll see it right here. They play it down the left wing. Vlaco Dimas honestly had not a lot to do in the entirety of their match, but Lozano breaks through here at the near post, and he nearly finds a way through between our goalkeeper and the post. The ball stays out, and that was full time, and that leads us nicely into the rest of the action, which will be live matches for you. So yeah, let's see what we've got in store. Alright then, it's time for some live matches then, as we take on Wolfsburg, who are 12th place heading into this. And after that, we have Bayer Leverkusen to follow, finishing today with FC Porto at home in the Champions League. And but for a major error, we're all but through in the round of 16. That is our second leg, of course. We are 3-0 up after the first leg result. But Wolfsburg is the first of the 3 then to worry about. And I say worry, what I mean is the first of the 3 to pick up another 3 wins in. We started the day, of course, with Nuremberg. We looked a bit hit or miss in that match, though, considering there were bottom of the league, and we only just won it by 2-1, but we were far better up in that last game against Mainz. So let's see what we can do here. Wolfsburg, they're not really at the pace, you could say, this season. We're up to 91 rated as well, to let you know, which is obviously very good from us. We're still not the highest Dortmund player, though. Sancho has that title at the moment. He's 93 overall. Haaland just one behind with 92, but with a third player, I guess, to reach above 90. Let's do this. Hopefully you've enjoyed the episode so far today, and fingers crossed we'll have a few more goals to show you across the rest of the 3 matches we've got. Here is Sancho, now Haaland. Lovely ball to our feet. First chance of the game. First goal of the game here at the Signal Iduna Park. After 12 minutes, it's Dortmund who lead. Wolfsburg have a couple of academy players in their team. I think academy players. It might just be players that have been signed by them. Game-generated players. I like to see that. Putting your trust in youth. But it might be why they're in for mid-table mediocrity this season, Wolfsburg. Not really got the ground running. And they're already behind here in what's not a good start for them. You can't let us get through like that one-on-one. Castillejo here down this left-hand side for Wolfsburg. Opportunity to send the cross in. Pau Torres makes a meal of it. And Mayoral will get there and equalise for Wolfsburg. And you've got to say Pau Torres will not want to see this again. From absolutely nowhere, it's a Wolfsburg equaliser. And Dortmund have themselves to blame. Castillo here got himself down this left wing. The cross is relatively easy to deal with. But Pau Torres gets it all wrong. And then Mayoral actually as well doesn't get much behind his header. And Vlaco Dimos will probably stand there and maybe give himself a bit of a hard time as well, because he should save it. And somehow it's back to 1-1 in Dortmund's, you got to say, gifted equaliser for Wolfsburg. Here is Mayoral again for Wolfsburg then, the goal scorer, who probably won't get too many more as easy as that, as the challenge is late on Kessie, and I'm already on a yellow card, which might be a second yellow here. And in the end, Vlaco Dimos rescues us, and there is to be no second yellow card for my challenge on Frank Kessie. So fair enough, thank you, ref. I mean, it was a pretty wild attempt to win the ball from me, pretty stupid to be honest. Oh no. Oh no. It's a Wolfsburg penalty. We're 37 minutes in. For the first 15 minutes, it was cool, it was calm, it was casual. We let them back in, and now there's a chance from the spot that Mayoral might give them a lead here at the Signal Iduna Park. We need Vlaco Dimos to save this. Mayoral steps up, sends him the wrong way, and it's Wolfsburg 2, Dortmund 1. And as things stand, it's the first defeat for Borussia Dortmund in over, what's that, 59, 60 Bundesliga matches since we've joined the club. I mean, there's still a second half to go here, but Borja Mayoral now doubles his tally. And, wow, I said I was lucky by the referee not giving me a second yellow card. Well, he decided to give him a penalty instead. Well, it's a bold decision from our manager, who at the moment has taken off Jadon Sancho and Erling Haaland and brought on Jovic and Mariano to replace them. So, yeah, we'll see if his decision pays off, as Freiburg were beating Bayern Munich. That game now is 2-2. Bayern with another equaliser. They've been behind twice in that, but have been able to bring it back level twice as well. Here is Luka Jovic then for Dortmund, who really have been the makers of their own problems in this match. Weston McKennie through to Palacios. Palacios can play it to us. We need some support, though, in the attacking final third. Instead, we find Palacios backwards. And that's surely a free kick there, as Sander Berge seems to have blocked it with his hands. Jovic is going over to take this, but it's a little bit too far away from goal, I think. 31 yards away. Luka Jovic stepping up. Will take it on. Jovic goes for goal. And it's wide of the post. 15 to play, and Dortmund staring down the barrel of a first defeat in the Bundesliga since we joined the club. 2 minutes left, plus injury time to go, and Wolfsburg in possession right now. We need this ball back, and there's Palacios to win it. We'll probably get one last opportunity with Weston McKennie finding the feet of Jovic. Jovic still has McKennie for support. Here he is then. What can he do now as he sends it into the penalty area? Oh, I can't get the ball under control though. And ladies and gentlemen, it was bound to happen sometime. But what hurts is the way we lost it. It's 2-1 Wolfsburg. It's a first defeat in the Bundesliga, which is some stat to really have. I'm not disappointed about the loss. I'm frustrated about the way that we gave it to Wolfsburg, really. And whilst we can't say that we probably deserved to win the match, because really outside of the early goal that we managed, we weren't brilliant, but it's this here, right? This cross from Castillo should have been dealt with. And then even then, the header from Mayoral that comes through, it's not exactly a top quality header, is it? So that goal going in to equalise just kind of was frustrating enough. But then to give away a penalty, which I'm not sure we actually get to see the incident, the handball. I mean, it's a well-taken penalty from Borja Mayoral, but there you go then. And you can see by the match facts, we definitely didn't deserve to win it, but whether or not we deserve to lose, that can be debated. Freiburg do hold Bayern Munich to just the single point, so once again, they're a meme at this point. But what does that mean for the league table, where we actually had an 8-point gap? Well, Hertha's win means with 9 Bundesliga matches to play, the gap is at 5. Scratch that, the gap is now at 2 because they've just won again, meaning we have a game in hand here against 8th place improved Bayer Leverkusen. So what started out as such a good situation for us now becomes very nervy if we don't get a win in this match against Leverkusen. And as I said, they had a really rough start but have massively improved, so much so they're actually better than Bayern as well as things stand. And you can see their side there. There's a couple of really good players in there. Eze, Paulinho, Diaby, Tavares at left back as well is good too. So, yeah, tough game this. And it's not a nailed-on 3 points. We'll have to be at our best. You may remember as well in a previous meeting against Bayer Leverkusen, we were close to our first defeat there, but in the end rescued a point in a 2-2 draw. Here is Jovic now, as that was a good moment for Dortmund to try and get something early on here in the first few minutes of the match, but unfortunately Jovic can't quite get that pass through. But yeah, Leverkusen nearly beat us before, and it'd be quite the story, wouldn't it, if we waited so long for our first defeat to then have 2 in a row. So let's not let it happen. Half-time whistle looming, and there's been a little bit of nervousness in Dortmund's play, whether or not that's down to our first defeat of the season coming last match, or just because Leverkusen have made sure to put the pressure on us. I mean, you saw there, we've had a few misplaced passes in this first half, and as things stand, it is 0-0, and neither side really threatening a goal at the moment. Amiri towards Soumare, who takes it forward. We're there to win it back, and there hasn't been much space in behind to really work with, so might take a long shot for Dortmund to open up the scoring. Sancho finds us, and that pass takes us a little bit wide, though, as Haaland was waiting in the middle, and somehow Tavares' challenge forces the ball off me for a Bayer Leverkusen throw, which he takes, and I nearly come away with the ball. I mean, that just sums up the game. How he tackles me, it hits me, and goes out for their throw-in, and why are we backing off the RB when he's carrying forward like that? It's a challenge that comes through from me, but it will be throw into our opponents, and the frustration is beginning to get to me because both sides are right now just nullifying one another out, and it's so boring to play. Into the last 15 minutes of the match. Haaland. Jovic makes the run down the left. Haaland's pass towards him is not brilliant, but it still works here for Dortmund. And is there space over on the right? There is. Now Eriksen pulling it back for Palacios, and he scores to give Dortmund really an undeserved lead. But it's a lead that we will take gladly with both hands. And it's a phenomenal finish from Palacios when Eriksen pulls this ball back. I was not sure if we would find the back of the net. And the move itself was really sloppy, scrappy football. Haaland's pass initially out to Jovic on the left-hand side wasn't good, but we still made it work. And I even think as well as Palacios' shot comes through, the keeper gets a slight touch. My goodness, if that's a bit more of a heavy hand from Leverkusen's goalkeeper, it stays out. But Palacios, massive goal for Borussia Dortmund, and he's then substituted as well. So that's his last contribution, and what a contribution it is to the game. Here is Soumare for Leverkusen. Everybody from Dortmund just sort of joining the defence now to make sure we try and see this out, as Haaland is strong against Soumare, and he comes away with the ball. McKennie's pass into our feet is not quite accurate enough, and Yerry Mina can take it away. Now Soumare off to Amiri. They've brought on Adli, and he's kind of playing as a deep line forward, trying to get the players around him involved. And Soumare has been pretty heavily involved during this game, had a lot of the ball, but still Leverkusen do come forward with Eze. His lifted ball to Adli is flicked on, looking for Amiri. Llorente can't find us. And now then it's still with Leverkusen. Eze's pass over, onside, and Paulinho's pullback is mopped up by Pau Torres. And that will see us through then, ladies and gentlemen. Not a phenomenal game to watch at all, so I apologise for that. But the most important factor is that we pick up a huge 3 points. And now we have a chance to just play without the pressure, I guess you could say, as we end with FC Porto. Their side on the right, we have activated competitor mode for this as well, which You know, that defeat earlier was without competitor mode, so maybe it's not even, like, better to have it on. I don't know. But I said I'd use it for the Champions League games, so it is now reactivated. And you can see they stick with their 4-4-2. Nathan Redmond still on the left, Barrow on the right, Dia and Teremi, up front. Dia had a great couple of chances against us last time. And an early goal for Porto would make it very nervy. So let's not allow it. To be honest, when you have a lead like we do, it always makes these matches that bit harder because the team against you literally know they have to go for the game. They've got no other option than to attack. And already Porto are putting on relentless pressing to try and force into a mistake, which they have now done. And I believe that came off Fabio Vieira, so it will be a Dortmund goal kick. But this is always a risk, right? When you're 3-0 up, teams will just not care. They'll just throw bodies forward, and it's about how well you can play against the press to be able to try and punish them for it. Sancho will take us forward here. Has the ball over the top on if he wants to use it. And I tried to play it first time through to Jovic, but Aguilar wins it against us. We've been given the player to watch status for this match, and in a fast start, which we did see chances in the previous tie between these two sides. I mean, I salute Porto because the amount of players they have attacking is nuts. But as you see, this is where we might be able to catch them off guard as Emre Can's ball into the box is off the woodwork. And Jovic on the follow-up cannot find a way past Aguilar, who blocks it on the line. I'm stunned. Honestly, I've no idea what is going on. Porto are just really going for it. And then that happens, right? If we score at least once, I think that's pretty much the tie already done. We go to the back post. Emre Can's there. Side netting offside anyway. Would not have counted. But yeah, they're playing like almost with 4 strikers. It's like a 4-2-4 their formation. Oh, we should have played it to Haaland. He was onside. I didn't realise that. I wasn't actually specifically aiming for Emre Can with that cross, but kind of overhit it, didn't I? Emre Can back towards Weston McKennie. Provided we just stay calm on the ball, we actually will be able to create. Sancho has a chance to go straight through, and here is Sancho. Surely, thank you very much. And the way that this had started, that is a big goal just to calm things down a little bit. All right, Porto, stop going all gung-ho. Start thinking about maybe, just maybe, trying to prevent Dortmund from looking for a way through. They had a couple of warning signs, and now Sancho has been able to convert to give us the lead here. 1-0, 4-0 on aggregate. We didn't even really need to score. But it's just the way, the amount of players they've got putting the press on, that if we do beat it, there's so much space for us. Medi's ball through. Dia is in behind, and a save for Vlaco Dimos to make will lead to a Porto corner. And Barrow will take it. It's in towards that near post. We headed away only as far as Fabio Vieira. Back into Redmond. Back heel looking to create. I can't quite get the ball away. It's all a little bit congested inside that Dortmund penalty area. But eventually Torres will smash it away to give Porto a throw. I mean, even a goal for them doesn't really change much. I'll only start worrying if they get 2. That's when the worry will start. But I think we'll be okay. And that goal really did calm things down, because since then we've had pretty much nothing to worry about being in control. Here is Jovic. A couple of players in front of us, one of them being Sancho. Doubles his tally for tonight. And not only does he double it, he takes the goal brilliantly. The pass was fizzed into his feet, but his first touch was perfect. And then the goalkeeper coming out, trying to put the pressure on and make him have to lash at the shot, but he's so calm and casual just to put it past him. And we want even more here as well, with Eriksen to Mariano, now to Haaland. Brilliant from him, and we look to place it. It's off the post, the inside of the post as well. So close to 3-0 Dortmund. We don't need any more goals, but it'd just be nice to, you know, kind of get a pretty big scoreline. And that should have been really my goal. Dortmund's third. Boss starting to make changes. Haaland, Sancho off. Keeping one mind on the rest of the games we've got to play, because it's done here, really. There's absolutely no way that Porto bring this back now. It was always going to be a big ask for Porto to try and get themselves through, as Correa will make it 3 for Dortmund. But now it's just looking a little bit embarrassing for the Portuguese side. They need to try and kind of keep this at 6 now. We've still got time as well. You don't expect this really in a knockout round. especially with the way they played in the first leg. They actually gave us a really good game. 3-0 wasn't a justifiable scoreline because they had chances in that match and arguably could and maybe should have scored. Talk about a stark contrast as well from what we saw in the first half, where they were hungry and looking like they really wanted to go for this. I mean, I understand why. They now just look beaten and essentially like they can't really be bothered. Emre Can's ball in. What a save! How have I not scored? I mean, I'm not known for the heading capabilities, but that, how the keeper saves it. I mean, he knows nothing about it. He sort of just jumps at us and makes himself really as big as he can to block the goal. It's a goal back for Porto. I mean, fair play. You know what? Fair play. And they've got themselves at least a goal across the two legs. And it's a really nice move as well. A quick little 1-2 back across Flaco Dimos. He'll be frustrated he hasn't got himself a clean sheet here tonight. Had nothing really to deal with aside from that. And when it probably should have been Dortmund 4-0 up, it's 3-1. And that right there is the commentator's curse. Just as I say, they look disinterested. They go and score. So I'm made to eat my words. Here is Eriksen to Mariano. Into injury time we go. Correa with the ball at his feet. Off to Eriksen. Eriksen through the gap. And we just about keep hold of this ball. And any moment now the referee will end it off. But somehow we've been able to get this cross still in. And it will be a corner to end today's action then, as we look maybe for a short opportunity. Mariano, though, doesn't quite get a delivery in that you like to see. But there's full time. Dortmund 3, Porto 1 on the night. 6-1 overall in aggregate. Let's find out our next opponents. All right, the draw has been made. And I went ahead and I moved across before I saw who we have. So I'm going to kind of tell you who I'd like to face. And then we'll find out who we actually are playing. So Milan are through. Real Madrid are through. Liverpool, PSG, Porto obviously knocked out by us. Atalanta out by Valencia on away goals. Bayern beaten by Juve, and City through against Hertha Berlin. So out of the teams remaining, maybe Valencia, they'd be a pretty nice draw for us. And then possibly Milan. They're kind of the two that I'm looking at right now, thinking I'd like to face them. But let's find out then. Quarterfinals, have we got either of the two that I wanted? Let's see. No. Liverpool City in an all-English tie. Real Madrid against us. Milan against Valencia. And Juve will take on PSG. And someone actually said as well that Barcelona are in the Europa League, which they are indeed. And we'll see if they're out of the Europa League. Spurs have knocked them out. And we'll face Napoli. What's happening to Barcelona? United play Lazio. Leipzig play Bilbao. And Arsenal face Inter Milan. I can't believe that Barcelona are out of the Europa League already. All right, let's take a look at the table for the Bundesliga before we go today. Hertha and Schalke have just played with a bunch of other teams as well. So we do have a game in hand. And not only that, but we're 4 points clear of Hertha Berlin as they drew against Mönchengladbach. Which means if we win, we open up the gap to 7. So that'll be nice. We'll see if we can do that as we face Union Berlin next time. And they are 13th, so we should win that match easily. But before we go, let's actually see how the Spanish table is panning out. Because if Barca are already out of the Europa League, I'd imagine they're not having a good time at things in La Liga. Let's have a look. I mean, they're top. So Real, who we've actually drawn, are 3rd. Favourites, anyone? Looks like we are. And yeah, Barcelona completely out of Europe already. But nevertheless, guys, a massive thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed today's episode, a like would be greatly appreciated. Let's try for 250 likes, as I have a voice crack there. 250, and yeah, that would be fantastic. But until next time, stay safe, have a great day, have a great evening. If you are new around here and like what you see, hit that subscribe button down below. Until next time, adios.